So this is Castle of the Winds, a Windows 3.1. Yeah, they made those. And it was developed entirely by Rick Sada starting when he was 16. So there's some interesting in the game. So I guess we'll start it off.
All right. I guess you go ahead and give a countdown. I think Track Jacket's going to try to explain the first couple of glitches we're going through. If his mic is working, I see it popping.
Yeah. Hey, you guys hear me?
We just went through this. All right.
Yeah, okay.
maybe they'll be able to fix that. But yeah, I guess count us down and we'll start.
All right. Yeah.
I guess I'll do the countdown here. All right. So 5, 4.
Did it disconnect him when they moved his channels? Discord has been all kinds of fun today.
No.
I think we may have lost somebody. Not sure who.
No, hang on.
Try refreshing and see if that reconnects you to Discord, because I don't think it's working right now.
Okay.
It's always something.
Going through the first part of the game, it was the shareware demo, essentially. It's a 4-floor dungeon followed by an 11-floor dungeon.
And the monsters are pretty simple, but they can pretty much all kill us very easily.
Because we made some questionable decisions during character creation, where we gave ourselves the minimum amount of constitution, which, if you know how that works in other games, it's your health stat. So obviously we can die in a couple hits from a rat.
Just died
but
myself.
We did that for we did that for a reason. We have plans. We have plans.
Pretty good plans, I assure you. I almost died to another trap. Yay.
I may have to reload because I just grabbed the wrong spell and level up. And we're getting spawned here. Oh, no, this is not fine. I have to restart. Excellent. I didn't make a save. Off to a roaring start here.
This is why my icon is, this is fine, dog.
Okay, during character creation, we give ourselves, the slider bars all have a shared value. So you can split your stats between strength, dexterity, intelligence, and constitution. We minimized our constitution in order to maximize everything else because we have horrible, horrible things in store for this game's math.
Alright. Can y'all hear me? Am I back?
Save.
Is that a yes? Is that enough?
Alright, that should work.
Track Jacket, I can hear you back.
Okay, you can hear me, but they can't hear me?
6. Krayzar, can you guys hear Track Jacket?
I can hear you. I cannot hear him.
Really?
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Because that's what matters, I guess. And then we can just talk about him behind his back while we're running.
Yeah, that
and that'll work fine for us.
If I'm on the stream, then I'll just
Chat can hear him. That's what's odd.
Okay, cool. Okay, well then.
If I have a second, I may be able to refresh in Discord as soon as this zombie gets off my case.
That might be.
And that might fix it.
Here, I'll pull you back. Just you stay put.
Well,
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything copacetic?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, it looks like Krayzar is a little bit ahead of you. He's on floor 3.
Multiple times when I was messing with things outside the game window, I ended up having to restart. So I'll have some work to do to catch up here. There we go.
But lucky for you, I did not get very far myself.
I need anything to kill, so the rest of my game is going to be based on how this level up works out health-wise. Speaking of, oh well, there's a fire trap. Cool. The glitches here. So, as we said during character creation, we minimized our constitution. That's because this game has a few interesting checks going on. So, when you run out of mana, you can continue casting spells using your life force, i.e. your constitution score. But when your constitution reaches a certain amount of being super extra low, you're supposed to die. But for whatever reason, the spell Magic Arrow, your starting magic damage spell, does not check that flag, meaning you can continue lowering your constitution theoretically infinitely. And at some point, it underflows back to maximum. And we used to use that specifically. There's a trap up there, and it keeps killing me. There's some other fun we can do with the constitution underflow, but only at certain values of health. So in parentheses, if you can see in the bottom left, if that's visible on stream for anybody watching, you see HP and then a number in parentheses. The number in parentheses is our max health value. And during the Constitution underflow, when the Constitution is negative into bizarre space that Windows 3.1 doesn't quite understand, for some reason your max HP value can become negative and you don't die. And during that period of time, if you heal yourself, you get about 800 current HP. So that's the first number, right? That gets subtracted when you get hit, etc., or run into a trap, or get hit by a spell. Constitution underflow, we can give ourselves about 30,000 HP for general purpose use. And then we finish the Constitution underflow. And that makes us a ridiculous tank that allows us to finish the second part of the game fairly well. But the glitch doesn't function at certain values of HP, so we have to attempt the underflow at levels 2, 3, and 4, and then just kind of roll with what we get. Mine's too low, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
Alright.
Oh, it worked.
And it looks like Krayzar's in his second dungeon.
Well, don't tell me that, actually. It's a race. Don't tell me that.
Alright.
So Krayzar had something to say that he found out the other day about the values in Windows 3.1, something about it having a 64 total value, which is why it does really bizarre things at 32,000. Is that right?
Yeah, it basically, integers have to actually be defined for certain values in Windows 3.1, which is kind of not like DOS. You gotta define whether or not they're negative or anything. Windows 3.1 just assumes. Very probable that Rick didn't understand what everything meant, since Windows 3.1 programming was like undocumented. So probably led to a lot of confusion while making this game.
Story-wise, we're some peasant adopted farmer child. some monsters move into the mine, and so with an adventurous spirit, we go to clear them out of the mines. At the 4th floor, that first dungeon we went through, we found a piece of paper that indicated that the monsters were actually there to kill us, and it led us to the neighboring town, and now we're trying to figure out exactly what's going on from there. At the bottom of this dungeon, there's a hill giant named Hrungnir, our first major boss, and that's the end of the shareware demo, and then we'll start the second part. And the rest of the glitches will happen. Krayzar has found out a few things. He found out some the other day, which I'm still trying to adjust to, about the quote-unquote shopping glitch, which is definitely not stealing, because stealing is wrong.
We're stealing. We're stealing. Let's just say shops are really weird. Weirdly programmed in this game.
What you're seeing us do... Oh, this is not good. Can I kill a manticore with a dagger? Doesn't matter. All right.
Alright. Looks like Krayzar is doing his Constitution under flow.
So I might have a chance, is what you're saying, since mine's already done. I might be able to catch up. Not if I keep running into these things, though. All right. Some of the monsters here can spawn out of depth, and some of them are in the code, because I think he finished the full game before he made the demo. And some of them really should not spawn in either of the first 2 dungeons, but they do. The carrion crawlers are very physically slow, but they hit 5 or 6 times. And the manticores are tanky and can strike you from 2 or 3 tiles away, also hitting 5 or 6 times in a row. And with your starting stats in the first 2 dungeons, they just explode you, regardless of how well set up you are. So it's a little bit ridiculous.
And there's a lot of stuff that probably shouldn't be able to spawn, like certain spellbooks that can in part 1, so you're probably going to see us pick up a lot of spellbooks and things.
Yes. Whenever the character levels up, you're able to choose from a list of spells based on your character level. So there's level 1, 2, 3 spells, etc. Book and read it, then you learn spells, and that if we get a spell that we actually desire, it frees up a slot for us. And with the strats Krayzar figured out the other day, we actually have a very specific list of spells that we need to pick up in the first part for the second part to go smoothly. We die hard the RPG. With the underflow functioning, it's very difficult for us to actually die, so we're searching for stairs to run up and down repeatedly until we reach the end of the game.
This is one of the best stair-finding simulators ever created.
Kind of wishing I picked up a weapon. I keep running into tanky objects. Dagger. So this 30,000 HP is serving me well.
You guys are really close. Like both kind of winding down towards like the end of this first part.
And this is one of the only games where you can wear armor on your belt.
Or wield it. I don't know how it works damage-wise, but you can in fact wield armor. It's very silly. Alright, I don't know where Krayzar is. I just killed Hrungnir, so that is the end of part 1. Function. There we go. Thing. Alright. So story-wise, we just found out that we are not some silly farm boy. We are in fact the grandson of a Norse king named Lithronsier. And the sent to steal that amulet of kings as proof that we're the grandson. When we activated the amulet after we took it off of this bloody corpse, it teleports us to this castle city. Send ourselves at the gate, which we're not going to do because it wastes time. They basically say that a bunch of pretenders to the throne have shown up, and they kick us out because they don't believe we're actually who we say we are.
Convenient for them.
Alright. So you just sold your amulet sigil. And
The only proof of our ancestry happens to be worth $12,000 So of course, it goes straight to his shop, so we can do the rest of the glitches here. All right, so the shop glitch. From what we understand, the shops are basically a strange type of inventory bag. So if you look, I'm in a shop menu right now. But if I cast Phase Door and teleport myself away from the shop becomes a bag temporarily, and since the bag doesn't know what to do with its contents, it drops them all on the floor. But if you enter the store, right? So I can't take that stuff without buying it, unless I cast Rune of Return. Rune of Return is a sort of town portal spell. So every dungeon level you enter, it hits a flag, and then that number is the return point. Floor 3, I cast Rune of Return from town, I'll go to the floor 3 of the dungeon, right? And then if you cast Rune of Return in the dungeon, it returns you to town. I haven't been to the dungeon yet. The game doesn't know what to do with this. So I cast Rune of Return and then took my backpack on and off to pass time. And instead of taking me to the dungeon or back to town, it just teleported me to the square I was already standing on. And now this is definitely not a store anymore. So this doesn't belong to anyone. All this stuff is mine, and it's always been mine. And you can't prove differently.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna go to his competitor here and sell him all of his gear. And now I have 50 grand, which was all of my. It was all mine to begin with, and you can't prove differently. That's all my money, of course. And that was the alternate way to do that glitch that Krayzar discovered like a day ago, which I haven't had much time to practice yet. For the only alternate way to enter a tile was to cast Phase Door repeatedly, and Phase Door is a random teleportation spell, so there was no guarantee that you'd actually land back onto the tile where all of the objects were. But the Rune of Return thing is very interesting, one, and two, works 40% of the time, all the time, if you actually have access to the spell. So that you know, definitely changes the shopping up. Now, the main object we're looking for in stores is a weapon with which to beat things that get in our path, and a scroll of map level. Map level scrolls are not available in the demo portion of the game. But our health, what we're doing now when we cast spells, it takes a significant longer portion of time to recover your MP than it does your HP. And the shops refresh their inventory every 24 hours or so. So we're firing fireballs out into the middle of the street in order to pass time so that the shops refresh and we're able to pick up items that we need to progress. Feel comfortable descending the dungeon with, at least. And I think I'm all right. I'm gonna go.
All right, and unfortunately, I'm using the Phase Door shop glitch since I I didn't get Rune of Return, unfortunately. So
You can check for a
I'd be
rune
a
return
bit behind.
scroll. A rune return scroll in the shops might help. They should be fairly common
Yeah.
since it's a low-level spell, but in that practice run earlier, they had 3 map levels and no runes, so best of luck to you, man.
Yeah.
This old skeleton that is ignoring me right now is our grandpa, and he explains the story thus far to us. At some point in recent history, either he or his son, which would be our father, what am I doing? Got a hold of a legendary artifact called the Helmet of Storms, or something to that effect. And they were told to keep track of it, but of course they didn't. And this is vaguely ripped off of Norse mythology. Sept, the fire giant lord, is a figure in Norse mythology. Supposed to ride a ship made of human toenails at the beginning of Ragnarok or something along those lines. But he decided to start Ragnarok early because this godly artifact was in the hands of puny mortals. He basically portaled into the basement of this castle and stole it. And now he's using it to try to summon a bunch of demons and take over Midgard, I believe, is the plot here.
Pretty much. Undead Granddad makes us go down 25 flights of stairs to retrieve his magical helmet.
I'm using it's not a bug exactly. I believe this is a debug thing. So to move up and down stairs in old games like this, it's usually left caret and right caret, right? But if you use left parentheses and right parentheses, it doesn't just move you up and down the stairs, it regenerates the entire level. So those map level scrolls, at least one, because we can save scum them. And when I cast it, it reveals the entire floor. And then I scan it real quick looking for stairways. If I don't see one close by, I go back up the stairs, and then I use the right parentheses to just create a new floor, which is perfectly balanced. And then we just steamroll our way down as quickly as we can. There's a door there. There we go. I was out of depth. And by Die Hard the RPG, if you're not aware of the Die Hard NES game, I don't know the specifics of the glitch, but oh no, I've used both of my scrolls of map level, and I believe I've saved. I have. Excellent. Awesome.
Oh.
All right, so I'm on floor 10, and now I have 15 floors to go with no map level because I'm an idiot. Excellent.
Happens.
I did just pick up Rune of Return, so I think I might see if they have any more in the store there, and then run back down. We'll see. What was I saying? Yes, the Die Hard NES game. There's something to do with a stairway in there, where if you just run up and down a certain stairway repeatedly, you just win the game instead of actually having to play it. That's why I'm talking about it being Die Hard the RPG, because there's just so many stairways, and that's the main goal: find the stairs. Find the stairs and punch giants. The game. Map level. So we've already changed leads twice now, I believe. I was behind Krayzar because I died horribly at the start due to incompetence, and he got a little bit unlucky and I got ahead, and now I'm behind again because of incompetence.
I think I'm still a bit behind here. Let's see. Map level scrolls.
I'm doing the same search again. Got a quadrant here. I'm gonna buy that just in case. So there's map level and then there's map quadrant. Map quadrant is exactly 1/4 as good as map level.
Krayzar, it looks like you're like building more items, or you have more items. Are you gonna actually like roll with those, or?
Oh, there's another glitch that Krayzar uses that I don't. I'm not. I've not been entirely convinced that it works. The item stacking glitch, is that what you're building up to?
Yeah, basically. Oh, I don't have enough money.
But to quote unquote find a bunch of objects on the ground and then sell them to the person that they were recently property of in order to fix that problem.
Yeah, all I'm looking for is a map level scroll now. Hopefully I can find one.
So some objects with enchanted properties, you can select them with the keyboard and then move them to your free hand, and it doesn't remove them from their equipped slot properly, so you keep some of the enchantments on yourself.
And I'm just about to do it now. So basically, what ends up happening is you just put it on, click on it, you press enter, and then you move it to your free hand, and wow, it disappeared. So let's take a look at this one. This one gives us dexterity. I'm just gonna open the character screen. We don't have any dexterity right now. Now we press enter and move it. Dexterity. That was on the weapon. So now we're good.
All right, I give up. I think I'm gonna push with map quadrant. This is a game.
This is a game. Right, hopefully I get somewhat lucky with my map level scroll that I finally found. Maybe I'll get lucky.
I mean, it's pretty close. You guys are like pretty close.
Oh, there we go. This part of this is actually looking for stairs. They're kind of hard to see sometimes.
Since I can only map a quarter of the level, I'm gonna have a little bit of problems now trying to find stairs because I can only see part of the level. I may have to start winging it and actually playing the game. God forbid.
Oh, hate it when that happens.
Or I got another scroll. We'll deal with it. So the actual game is one very large, very dangerous dungeon with, I believe, 2 or 4 times the amount of tiles per map as the demo floors.
That's
This is
correct.
the. I'm just gonna roll that floor. It's filled with the undead. That's horrifying.
The undead are basically the only things that can kill us now. They can just drain our stats. Can't do much about that.
Yeah, we still, since we have like a trapdoor that's actually okay but not great. So the second part of the demo, all we had to do was get our amulet and then use it. We didn't have to return to the top, which is standard, ye old, roguelike, fair. Get the amulet of Yendor, return to the top of the dungeon, or whatever. In the second part, it does get more traditional. Once we get the MacGuffin, we do actually have to return to the top of the dungeon. The Rune of Return spell becomes inactive, and we actually have to walk back up to the top. The fact that I fell through that trapdoor for what looks to be at least 2 floors means that I'm going to have 2 unexplored floors that I have to go through while I'm trying to escape, which is not the greatest thing.
It might actually come down to coming back up at this point. It's pretty crazy.
On Cert too.
I'm not getting, even with my map level scroll, I'm not getting stairs that are very close together. Also not getting floors where I want to re-roll, so this is going to be a long one.
All right, I have 2 2-floor trapdoors, so it will come down to climbing back up. I'm already on floor 24, but it is theoretically taking me longer to descend because I have less good scrolls. We will see. And then it's going to take me longer to get back up because I have half of an unmapped dungeon to crawl through. I'll take it. I would rather not have dealt with all the nonsense that was in that room. Okay, these are 2 very old dragons. They were just chilling here, and I would like them to leave me alone before they bring friends. What? Cert? Cert's supposed to spawn in a throne room and only activate once you hit him, but he decided to come find me while I'm surrounded by dragons. I mean, this works. This is fine. I'm okay with this.
This is fine.
So Cert the Fire Giant has equipped and is trying to take the powers of the Helmet of Storms, which I believe in the game lore used to belong to Odin or Thor. I believe it's Thor. But Odin cursed our uncle or our granddad for stealing it or something along those lines. It's been 20 years since I read the story of this game, so I have no idea really.
That's accurate. Ancient dragons. Okay. Well. Yikes.
And unfortunately for us, he's actually mastered the helmet. So as we're sitting here, I think Krayzar is just going to go berserk and ram into him for 50,000 turns or whatever. But I cast Lightning Bolt until he gets critically injured and then save scum like crazy, because he regenerates like an absolute monster. And once he gets critically low, he will actually randomly teleport throughout the level and immediately pass out on the ground. And while you're asleep, you regenerate even faster than normal. So the final boss of this game is a real butthead. He pelts you with high damaging spells of all elements and hits like a truck because he is the Lord of the Fire Giants. Basically some kind of demigod status beastie. Okay, no. That'll work. Yes. Oh, this was a trapdoor floor. All right, so my suffering has just begun. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine.
There's stairs. Okay. Oh, guest appearance of the Nipple Fiend. Only monster in the game who has 1/8 nipples. Not really sure why they did that, but no. Okay, finally at Surtur.
Is this thing even taking any damage? Fine.
Okay.
Looks like Krayzar is on his way back down, so it's still it's still like pretty close, almost neck and neck.
I just slept for a week to get my mana back.
Oh wow. Things that can happen.
You not be exactly where you are right now, and you be just literally anywhere else.
Anywhere,
one tile.
anywhere, please.
There you go. Mr. Ancient Dragon, find somewhere else to be, please.
This is the only game I know where you have to check the age of the dragon to see if you can defeat it. Count the dragon rings. Okay, where did this go?
So
There we go.
probably can't tell because we turned all the animations off because it's much quicker. But the dragons have a 3 or 4 tile conical dragon breath attack, which gets multiplicatively stronger the older the dragon is. So an ancient dragon will completely destroy you, etc., etc. Strats for dealing with the final boss is to let a dragon breathe on him repeatedly by just luring a dragon over, because we have 50,000 or 30,000 HP, so we don't really care. But the boss doesn't have nearly as much HP as we do, so he does care. Generally.
Okay.
I'm getting felt up by the undead trying to flee.
Me, it's time.
Ah,
Check that
grats.
out.
I'm still trying to escape through those trapdoor floors with no map.
You probably totally would have had me if you kept the scroll. I was so far behind.
Like, extra monsters have spawned. This is actually getting really hairy.
Thanks.
Pretty sure ancient dragons and ice demons aren't supposed to show up on floor 16.
No, well, I mean, that's when they can start, but not that many. Jeez.
There's got to be stairs, right? I imagine probably got to be stairs. They have to exist. All right. Have I been slowed? All right, I'm slowed to 1/4 of my speed. So this thing's eating my face as I'm trying to run away from it. Fun. Can you go away, sir? There we go. That's fun. All right, I got my speed back at least. I'm kind of at a loss here. There's clearly something in the bottom left corner, but I don't know. It's got to be a hidden door, and I don't want to deal with all these undead and ancient dragons. Say it's probably over here. That thing drained my mana. It's not over here. All right, fun times. This is getting hairy.
Those ice devils are.
I don't feel about lightning. Didn't resist it. That's fine. Door. All right, that's what I needed to find. In theory. There's. Is that thing waiting on me? All right. What is this floor? This is why I don't use trapdoors. This is. There we go. There's something.
Stairs.
All right.
Jeez. I've never seen that configuration. That's crazy.
Mapped floors. Is that due to? Oh, my strength has been lowered to the point that my armor is too heavy? No? Okay.
No.
Deal with these somehow, or phase door beyond this trapdoor, because I won't have time to disarm it before they drain me to death. I have a friend. I can finish my escape. Everything should be normal from here. Unless I run out of HP. Can you not? You shouldn't be here. The whole blue dragon.
Wow, all those dragons. That's crazy.
There's one of my map level scrolls. Where were the stairs? Why did I take this floor? Oh, I must. Was this the first trapdoor? Did I fall through 3? I thought it was just 2. That was a large space for. Unless I got max drops on both. I believe you said you can fall 5 floors. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
All right. This is certainly an escape.
Yeah, wow. Well, this is what can happen. This game is super dangerous. Even making it out is impressive in under an hour.
This was a young adult green dragon? Those are not that tough. That poison must have been monstrous. I still had about 1,000 HP. Oh, 500? Okay, so I had less than 500. Yeah, no, that's fair. He got me. I believe I'm stark naked. I have a metal hat on and I'm wielding a sword. That's fair. He got me. I'll take it. That I lost 2 floors of progress because a dragon breathed on me, so I had to save scum and roll back. And we are almost out of here. Shouldn't be anything else completely insane out of its depth in my way at this point. And here we go.
Hey.
Hey!
Great one.
All right. Thank you guys for having us and letting us show this off.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It is a really interesting game to play casually, in my opinion. I actually like the game. Even for, I don't know what little you're able to see of the speed run, it's actually pretty interesting to try to push mashing a keyboard that quickly, because it's very responsive. But playing it casually is a completely different thing, and I find it entertaining still to this day after like 20 years. So
Definitely.
I don't know if the game can speak for itself, but there's my 2 cents on it.
So thanks to Rogue-a-rama for having us, and this is a great charity here.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate the run, and that was fun to watch. And any other shout-outs, anything else before we throw it over to the transition?
I guess shout outs to Bersentia for kind of popularizing the run in general. That's how I discovered it. I don't know about SIGs, but yeah, that's it.